Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Breaking. And this is a new thriller written and directed by Abi Damaris Corbin, and this focuses on a Marine War veteran faces mental and emotional challenges when he tries to reignite back into civilian life. And Brian Brown Isley was a veteran who got screwed over by the VA for his payments and wound up holding up a Wells Fargo and turned into a standoff with police, and he threatened to blow up the place. And this film is a very tight thriller, and this is based off of a true story, and this is you could tell right from the trailers when this first came out that this was going to be a very emotional, impactful film. And Corbin does a really great job of directing a lot of tension and building up the suspense throughout the film, leading up to the point where this film finally blows off. And I feel like what's interesting is it blows off in a kind of way that it's not like big giant explosion kind of thing. It's more of like a somber, deflating kind of feeling in terms of this film, and this true story, plays out how the true story plays out. And when you get up to that point, I do feel like a bit narratively, this film feels like it really leans into some of those tropes and beats of, any kind of hostage type film. And it feels like this climax is a little quick out of nowhere. I don't know, when I was watching the film, it didn't feel like, oh, we're getting to the climax of the film and then boom, it happened. You're like, oh, this movie's over. And it wraps up very quickly. But the emotional impact, the feeling that this film is able to hit inside you is so powerful. And John Boyega gives an amazing performance. This is his best performance to date. This really captures a lot of layers. He's dealing with a lot of mental health and emotional issues. You have him interact with his daughter, which those are tender moments. You have him interacting, and this man is portrayed in a way that is very different than a lot of hostage holders in these kinds of films. And it's very interesting because you have his two hostages, Estelle and Rosa, played by Nicole Beharie and Salinas Leva, who both act in ways that feel like they don't believe it. They feel like they are in one of those stereotypical hostage situations, and are at all moments trying to be getting the hell out of here and being in so much fear. And I think that gives an interesting dynamic because it feels like these characters aren't quite sure how to deal with this different kind of expectation. And that adds some layers to the film. You also have Michael K. Williams, who, it's so sad seeing him in this, probably one of his last roles at this point. And, he is so grounded and such a great addition to this film as the negotiator. And his interactions with Boyega are fantastic. And he's definitely going to be an actor who's going to be missed. You have people like Connie Britton and Jeffrey Donovan who show up in this film and are really playing those kinds of characters that you 100% expect them to be playing. And they serve their purpose. They serve a very specific purpose that feels like it's a very specific purpose that serves in every film like this. And that's some of the things that stuck out to me as well, is that it does play into very strong tropes in terms of these kinds of hostage thrillers. But just the pure emotion and the incredible central performance here, and at least some of these supporting performances, are really impressive, elevate this film with strong direction as well. And this just leaves you feeling and thinking about so many things. And Bleecker Street has another winner on their hands. This is just a high quality, well made film and is definitely worth checking out. But just think about it, it's a hard watch. So go in with understanding that, and you might not be feeling the greatest. You probably won't be feeling the greatest by the time the credits roll on this one. But those are my thoughts on Breaking. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.